Welcome to the WAN Show. We are 21 minutes late and Linus isn't even here.
Well, Linus, that's why we're late.
Yeah. I was here on time. James was here many hours before on time.
Trying to figure out whether or not we should start it without him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to relieve me soon.
Yeah. They're filming a video like right there, so us talking is probably going to be super annoying for them, but they told us to do it, right?
You said do it.
Not our fault. Welcome to the WAN Show. We got great topics. User benchmark controversy. They changed the weights of how things are scored, and it moves some processes around in the ranking system in some funky ways, and some people, especially the AMD crowd, are very upset about it.
And Cloudflare stops servicing 8chan. But free speech!
Oh my god! They're a private company. Anyways, AMD EPYC 7002 series Rome processor. I'm not even going to say any more.
All that and more on the WAN Show. Roll the intro.
Whatever they call it. It's all AdSense taken.
Demonetized for hamster dance.
Yeah.
It's fatty. Fatty.
Oh, bang. Super fast. Honey. Just as fast as honey. Squarespace. And Ridge Wallet.
Ridge Wallet.
Oh my. AJ is crying right now.
What is
AJ is absolutely bawling at this moment. Anytime I say anything French, I think like the hair and the veins on his body are just like, he like partially Wolverines. Okay.
Did you know that in America, the Kia Sportage is pronounced the Kia Sportage?
Really?
Yes.
Like actually, like in ads and stuff?
Yeah, as far as that's what I heard.
Whoa.
Yeah. Sportage.
Interesting. Speaking of sportage, Cloudflare terminates. They did this, right? They terminated the. Okay, so Cloudflare terminates 8chan. That's, I believe. I mean, Cloudflare isn't a server host, so they probably terminated like DNS setup and all this other kind of stuff, so you wouldn't be able to get there. But they didn't like delete. They don't have that type of relationship. But
for all intents and purposes, the website's down until they find a new replacement.
From what I've heard, they did, and then that's gone now too.
Right. So what happened was they got another
hot potato.
They went to a competitor whose name is on here, but I'm not on the right part of the doc.
Sure. EPYC?
EPYC? Yes.
EPYC.
And then it was
EPYC with a K.
That's the most most epic type of EPYC.
Absolutely.
EPYC in turn, though, was relying on the services of Voxility, who pulled the plug on EPYC after it learned that 8chan had moved to EPYC because they had the same philosophy as Cloudflare. So as far as I know, you still can't get onto 8chan.
Okay.
I think.
I'm not going to try right now, but
I tried earlier and all I got was literally if you just type in 8chan, all you get is articles about how it's down, about all the recent news about it. I can't even get
it. Used to be fun when this kind of stuff would happen and you would get like the FBI website seized page. Have you seen those?
It should just be a GIF of an FBI guy.
We're taking your website. What are you doing here? Let's see.
Like a guy, like a detective guy.
Yeah, these were epic.
Yeah, those are cool. Show them.
Yeah.
What do your elf eyes see?
Seizure of mega upload. Dun dun dun. It's like so aggressively official looking. Seized in the background, repeated over and over and over again, and then it's like government stamps.
It's like strobing. Government seizure.
It's like the purest form of justice porn, I think. We did it, guys. Let's put our stamps and stuff all over it. It's ours. We took it. So yeah, okay. So what happened? This is related to
recent tragedies.
Yeah.
Particularly the shooting in El Paso. So I'll just read it here. The suspected gunman in the recent El Paso shooting appears to have been inspired by the forum website known as 8chan, which is, of course, related to 4chan, but even less moderated.
Even less?
Yeah, some people call it Infinity-chan. It's basically described as like a blank piece of paper. You can just write whatever you want there.
Okay.
Anyone can start their own little microblog there.
All right.
Unmoderated.
Okay.
For the most part. It appears that this gunman posted a 2,300 word manifesto to the site just 25 minutes before beginning his attack.
That guy is online 25 minutes before,
Well, we'll see. The plot thickens.
Okay.
Nearly the same thing happened on 8chan before the terror attack in Christchurch, New Zealand.
Oh.
Yes. So I think there's at least 3 big tragedies linked to 8chan at this point.
That's pretty intense.
Yeah. The El Paso shooter specifically referenced the Christchurch incident and appears to have been inspired by the largely unmoderated discussion on 8chan, which glorified the previous massacre.
That's a dark stage of humanity. If you have unmoderated conversation, it just turns into that.
I think that there's a few different things going on. I think when populations get significantly large or sufficiently large, there's just a minimum percentage of crazy people, and when there's billions and billions of us and we can all connect with each other, as long as you both speak English or you both speak the same language, you can find each other.
And everything's so broadcasted and people won't shut up about their names, and like they get glorified to a certain degree.
Yeah, they can find each other.
Yeah.
And when there's just so many people on Earth and they can find each other like that, there's bound to be a handful of them that congregate in the same space. And on top of that, I think that there's, like, people get radicalized. Like, you see this other content and it pushes you into places you haven't been before, and you actually get worse. And so there's a feedback loop there.
It's like riot mentality, but website based.
Yeah.
I find, and this has been talked about a million times by people way wiser and more intelligent than me, but it's really, really frustrating when something like this happens and they broadcast pictures and their writing and their name and everything, because it makes them famous within various circles.
Well, on the bright side is I was researching this story today and I still don't know the dude's name.
Perfect. Okay,
so
cool.
That's cool.
Good.
So what happens was Cloudflare steps up and they made a big blog post statement saying why they pulled services from this particular website, which is, they stress, not something that they want to do. We have some quotes here saying, we reluctantly tolerate content that we find reprehensible. Like, we try to host a lot of companies that we think are bad people in the name of free speech and giving platform to as many different voices as possible. But there's a line, quoting again, but we draw the line at platforms that have demonstrated they directly inspire tragic events and are lawless by design. 8chan has crossed that line. While removing 8chan from our network takes the heat off of us, it does nothing to address why hateful sites fester online. Because that's a big thing. A lot of people are saying, well, like, this isn't going to do anything. The site's just going to go back up online tomorrow, and if it doesn't, another site like it will.
Websites are really hard to squash. There's a lot of places you can go to stick around. And yeah, I mean, the people that were on here are still going to be on the internet, so.
Yeah. Although I think, I don't know, sometimes when you remove a forum like that, you just have to find somewhere else to hang out, and maybe you de-radicalize a little bit.
Maybe.
But it's the internet.
I find it interesting that they're not onioned, because like that's not even hard anymore. I paused for a second before I said that because I was like, maybe I should give them the idea, but then I'm like, it's pretty freaking obvious.
They're internet people.
Yeah, they can probably figure it out.
A Prime is here. He must hate something about the show.
No, I didn't realize you guys were.
I thought he was an Enderman for a second.
Hi.
What's an Enderman?
He's what is it, like those Minecraft units where if you look at them, it's like a problem, but he just like stands there and takes things every once in a while.
Man.
And you're like holding something.
I feel like the fact
perfect.
that I've never really played Minecraft is like a kid never having played Lego.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
Pretty
what
much.
a shame.
Yeah.
What a shame you never played Minecraft.
Yeah.
And what a tone pivot we just did.
Yeah, absolutely.
Back to the dark stuff.
Okay, so Instagram made a response because.
What happened was after the Cloudflare thing,
Yeah.
the CEO of 8chan made a video, and it's pretty interesting. It's really free speechy. It's really like there's a superimposed Benjamin Franklin like picture in the background, like a wolf T-shirt almost.
Okay.
And he basically says like, look, we abide by the law. We're always forthright. We work with the police like within minutes of these attacks. Like, we're not evil people. I'm not an extremist. And this is a blank piece of paper that people can use for whatever purposes they do. And sometimes evil people like this use it in evil ways.
Okay, because that's not free speech. Doesn't mean, as far as I know, literally everything in America. Because I'm talking about the American one. This is not my own country's laws, so I'm not 100% on top of it. But as far as I know, you can't do like calls for violence and stuff. So it's not purely a blank piece of paper, as far as I know. Because that's not allowed.
Yeah, there's definitely limits.
You're not allowed to say certain things. Like the free speech, to a certain degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
But then there were certain things that he called out as facts. Like he said that the shooter posted not on the manifesto, not on 8chan first, but indeed on Instagram first. And he then also says that the manifesto was not uploaded by that same user. The shooter did not upload it. He may have written it, but a different user uploaded it. Obviously, if that's true, then it would have been someone working with him.
Yeah.
And he also says that Cloudflare has an impending initial public offering, and they just want like good PR in the lead up to that.
Okay, because so something to talk about in Cloudflare's, I say this every time something like this happens on WAN Show, which is fairly often, is Cloudflare is completely within their right to do this. Cloudflare is not the American government; they're a private company. They can do whatever the hell they want. We work with Cloudflare; they could take full plane and Linus Tech Tips Forum off their service if they wanted, because that's completely within their rights. So sometimes the free speech argument when you're talking about a company doesn't make a ton of sense to me.
Right.
You can go after their policies in regards to how they deal with that. Because like an example that I like to bring up is that the forum does not have anything like that at all. There's no like free posting rules on the forum. It's a tech forum. Mm-hmm. We have an off-topic section where you can talk about some stuff, but we usually try to stay away from political things. We usually try to stay away from whatever. The reason for that is there's no paid moderators on the forum. And those kind of topics create a lot of work, and they're all volunteers. That is actually the reason, is because we have a bunch of volunteer moderators, and when you do that, they can't moderate the rest of the forum, which is actually the important parts, in my opinion.
Just go somewhere else.
It's a tech forum.
There's a big old internet out there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like I like to defend the company's ability to kind of do whatever in that regard, because we have a similar problem on the forum. This is obviously a ridiculously different scale, but like, yeah, I think it is definitely up to the companies to do whatever. Now, Cloudflare has positioned themselves for a long time as a defender of these types of things. So that's where it starts to get a little bit interesting, because Cloudflare has refused to take down a lot of different websites.
Well, in their own words, they're struggling to create a policy that can be broad and consistent and applied again and again. Like, how do you word that perfectly so that it aligns perfectly with your values across all these myriad situations that are just getting crazier and crazier every day, it seems? Like, how do you make a blanket rule?
Yeah, so like I can sort of understand the response to a certain degree, because they've positioned themselves as that entity that will defend kind of whatever. But then I just want everyone to keep in mind that it is a private company, it's not the US government. That law doesn't really apply.
Well, their mission statement is something like to create a better internet. And the definition of better, though, it really depends. Does that mean freer?
Really vague.
Or does it mean safer?
Yeah.
Who knows? So after the CEO of HN made that statement, actually Instagram or Facebook responded saying Instagram said that the shooter's manifesto was not first uploaded to Instagram. Indeed, they did find an Instagram account that was tied to the gunman, and they disabled it, but it had been inactive for over a year. So who knows?
What does this 8chan CEO know?
What is this Facebook PR person telling us?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. It's kind of interesting how it's turning into like a, no, the crazy guy posted something on your site first kind of battle. That's a little funky. I don't know. None of this is good.
But when the Christchurch shooter did his thing, he streamed it. Was that not on Instagram that he streamed, or was it
Facebook,
Twitch?
I think.
Well,
I don't think it was Twitch. I'm not sure. Oh, right. Yeah, good call. I'm actually not sure, but I think it was a Facebook-owned entity. I thought it was Facebook itself.
Okay.
Like Facebook.com.
I don't know.
But I'm really not sure. But that one had weird ties to, like, he called out subscribe to PewDiePie, and he did all this stuff, which was like really stupid and didn't make any sense at all. And there was a bunch of other stuff that. It's really interesting how it's kind of the reverse of the like NASCAR idea, where like when one of these crazy things happen, everyone tries to figure out anything that they had any interest in and then applies evil to that. You know what I mean?
Oh no. Speaking of evil, that was awesome timing.
So out of focus.
And that's the end of that topic anyway.
Yeah, that's perfect. Because I didn't really want to talk about it anymore.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? What topic?
This is not my laptop.
What topic is no fun and no good?
8chan taking down, or Cloudflare taking down 8chan.
Oh, lordy.
Yeah, we thought we'd get rid of that before you showed up.
Yeah, that's a complicated topic. I actually had wanted to talk about that.
Okay, throw your input. Because I feel like a broken record on these types of topics. Oh.
Oh yeah, I love BIOS updates that are completely like. Okay, I can postpone it. Wow, there's a countdown. Sure.
Nothing should
Whatever.
ever automatically BIOS update. Can we just agree on that?
Yes,
real quick?
we
Thank
can.
You. Okay.
We can.
Cool.
You know what? No, I'm gonna play. I'm gonna
How?
play devil's advocate
How?
here. Because in the
I just
event,
watched a video from Paul,
In
and
the
he
event-
said one of the highest shame things to do is have your computer
Okay.
brick because power goes out while it's BIOS updating.
In
okay?
the event, remember, this is a device in this case which has a built-in UPS, effectively.
Okay.
So there's that.
That does help.
They do have one safeguard in place. This is really not going well.
I think it went away.
Never mind, it went away.
There's an
There was a
error.
weird error, like unrecognizable error.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my god, rebooted and it did it again. Okay, now I it's hard for me to do this, but I'm defending this behavior right now.
Okay.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
All right. What's
okay.
that box?
I don't know. Just hold on for a second here. Okay. There's some kind of horrendous CPU security exploit.
Okay.
The only mitigation is like a microcode update.
Okay.
Your computer's BIOS, it should update. It should like make you do
I don't
that.
think it should automatically happen on a timer.
No, I don't really disagree with you. I'm just being an ass.
I think it should tell you and be like, yo, you should like really do this. But yeah, I don't
Okay, so on
Because
the
what
subject,
if your battery's low?
well, you'd think it would check. Like the BIOS can read the battery percentage.
Are you sure that did?
Maybe.
It didn't look too sophisticated.
Okay, so hold on a second. Let's talk about the whole
8chan.
8chan thing that went down. So my main take on this. So there's a couple of things. I am pro free speech, but here's the thing: that a lot of the people upset about Cloudflare blocking 8chan seem to have overlooked free speech. I mean, okay, there's a number of ways that free speech gets misunderstood by the average person. Way number one, free speech is protection from government persecution. Not the right to just say anything you want to anyone you want with no ill effects. That is not what free speech means. So the other thing too is the general concept of your rights ending where someone else's begins. Cloudflare is a private enterprise exercising their very similar to free speech. Like there's a lot of things that are not technically speech that get protected by free speech, but they are effectively exercising their free speech rights to not deal with or have any association with 8chan. Okay, point number 3 that seems to get misunderstood by a lot of people. The United States of America is not actually the world.
I didn't bring up that one. I
You
did
didn't?
bring
Oh,
up
okay.
the previous
That's
point.
usually one of your favorites.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah. No, I brought up the, like, it's a private entity thing, but I didn't bring up the America isn't actually the entire world argument, which
Oh,
is...
okay.
is just
I don't know.
pretty
That
solid.
one I get such a kick out of that one because I always get these messages whenever I'm in another time zone. Linus, why are you uploading at 3 in the morning? Because East Coast USA is just one of, believe it or not, more than 24 time zones. There are a lot of time zones out there. It's
Hooray.
amazing. You'd be floored. You'd be floored by how many time zones there are. All right. So we can go ahead. We can move on to the next topic.
Yes.
Why is this doing this? How many times do I have to load my browser to the perpetual WAN Show document? Okay, what have you guys talked about so far?
Just the 8chan thing.
That's it?
I think we should do the user benchmark thing because it's in the title.
Okay, let's do that. So
I got you.
the
viewers.
Userbench controversy. So
Yeah.
we were actually supposed to talk about this when we did WAN Show Live at LTX.
Oh.
We said it was one of our highlighted topics. We were like going to talk about it, and then people got mad at me because they were like, "You guys are covering up for Intel again," and I'm like, "Whoa, chill for a second." We got all wrapped up like giving away cool stuff to the audience. Like we were just like having a good time, and actually we didn't cover a ton of topics.
For some reference, no, not at all. For some reference of how much I completely forgot this, I'm the one that decided it was our headliner topic. And I got him to pose for it and everything, and I don't think I'd ever seen this before.
So the only reason I brought this up was because I saw a couple of comments that people were like, "Hey, You guys said you were going to talk about this. I was like, yeah, we did, actually. Okay, we should do that.
I hope you called it out as your call-out topics, because I don't remember this literally at all.
So user benchmark, or user bench, or whatever it's called. Yeah,
Yeah,
user
user
benchmark,
bench.
which I have actually never heard of. Should
What,
I have
really?
heard of user benchmark?
Let me go make...
Okay, maybe I've heard of it at
to
some
see
point.
the website.
But user benchmark has never actually been part of our benchmarking suite. You're screen sharing, by the way, right now.
Oh,
It's
okay.
never been part of our benchmarking suite here at Linus Media Group.
Yeah, I know.
I have never run it out of idle curiosity.
So I thought it was something else. No, I've never seen this either.
Okay, cool. So anyway,
Apparently they get millions of website traffic every month.
so that's cool. Apparently, they recently adjusted their score weighting mechanism. So previously,
Yes.
they weighed single core performance as 40% of the score, quad core
actually-
as, or quad threaded.
Jump back real quick.
Jump
I
back
can
to your screen,
sort
yeah,
of show.
for sure. Quad threaded performance as 50% of your
the
score,
camera's in the way.
and multi-core performance as 10% of your score. I have fixed it now.
So you can see on their scoring things, they have the percentage values, user rating percentage values, single core, multi-core. I don't actually see the quad core thing, which is the highest weighted one, so not sure, but don't
Sure.
worry about it. But they have everything like set on the top here.
Okay, so they came out and they were like, however, due to unrealistic scores of many core CPUs like Ryzen 3000 series, Userbench changed their weighting system as follows: 40% single core, 58% quad core, and only 2% multi-core. So,
Previously, it was 40% single core, 50% quad core, and 10% multi-core. So they dropped the multi-core by a lot.
all right. So this riled up AMD fans who want to see their team's processor at the top of the chart. And you guys shouldn't be fans of microprocessor manufacturers, because I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, okay? They don't care about you.
What?
I know. They care about their shareholders. I'm sorry, Luke.
Hurts my feelings. I appreciate it.
They're there.
I'm damaged now.
Anyway,
I got
so
baggage.
this riled up the people who are fans of AMD. And to be clear, I'm not down on being excited about competition in the marketplace.
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
Yes.
But I'm not a fan of AMD. I am not a fan of Intel, because at the end of the day, business is business, and that's all it is. Okay, so this riled up AMD fans who are fans for whatever reason. Because the $120 quad-core Core i3-8100 now beats... Oh, wait, no, sorry, this is a point of clarification. So here's the thing, though. AMD processors were not the only ones negatively affected in terms of their perceived value by these changes. So the $120 quad-core Core i3-8100 now actually beats Intel's $2,000 18-core Core i9-9980XE in the rankings because of its higher boost frequency. Oops. So User Benchmark has hundreds of thousands of benchmark submissions in its database that influence the purchasing decisions of nearly 10 million visitors each month. Wow, this sounds like an ad for User Benchmark, which
does.
I've never heard of.
No.
Following the July 2019 cohort, we noticed that CPU, gaming, and desktop indices were overestimating all CPUs with core counts beyond 8, so we updated that index. So this is basically them sort of clarifying why this was done. You know what? I understand why AMD fans are mad, because, you know, their Threadripper CPUs now don't look as good. But the thing that people have to understand is that while I don't necessarily agree on 2% as the right number for workloads that will take advantage of a Threadripper for the average user, it's definitely less than 10%.
Yeah.
So,
And like from the wording that I've seen, it literally says it's geared towards gamers. They say that in the text on their website. Which
so
I've
I think
highlighted here.
I think what they could do is a couple of things. They could improve this system by either updating it frequently, because if the idea is that they want to weight, the workloads that are likely in the present day more heavily, that makes total sense. That absolutely makes sense. Or what they could do is they could allow you to run it a couple different ways. So you could run it in like today mode, or you could run it in forward-looking mode. Like,
Or
as software gets more multi-threaded, I'm going to care more about
Yeah.
that. I want to buy a future, more, I hate the F word, but a more future-proof.
A future-proof processor.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like one of the things that I like about that concept is just you could even pick the future one, knowing that you have some use cases now that could use multi-core more. And just be like, I am a future man. Future man. But like I like the idea of being able to mess with it, so you could go like, okay, multi-core is this percentage important to me, quad core is this percentage important to me, single core is this percentage. Some of the problems there is some people aren't going to recognize how important single core is due to a whole bunch of reasons and other various things.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
it's interesting. I do agree with multi-core being downed. But I don't know about the 2%.
I don't know about 2%. That seems pretty low. On the other hand, and like if they're looking at it going, yeah, you know, an upcoming 32-core Threadripper, or wait, there's a 32-core now, isn't there? Yeah, so an upcoming like 64-core Threadripper or something like that, for the average user's workload, no, is not going to perform, you know, 80% better, you know, in, I don't know, Far Cry 5, whatever, Battlefield 5. It's not actually materially faster in workloads that most average users are going to be running.
Yeah.
No, I will restart later, computer. Wow, it's really annoying.
You know what could be kind of fun?
Yeah.
Benchmarking, not that this news matters enough to necessarily do this, but having a video where you benchmark the i9 9980XE versus the i3 8100. Just go like, how does...
Wait, we've done that video.
That exact video?
Not quite, but I think we did $100 CPU versus $1,000 CPU.
Okay, so close, but we're talking 120 versus $2,000, but similar. Very similar.
Let me see if I don't remember exactly what we. Oh no, we did as a $600 CPU, 10 times more powerful than a $60 one.
That's pretty
People
close.
hated that video.
Why?
They were just mad. I don't know why they were mad. Yeah, it has
That's
like
a lot of dislike.
Yeah, it has like a 10% dislike ratio. I don't get it. What were people mad about? Some people were mad because I kept calling it a Core i7 because this was back when Core i9s were new, and I was like,
that was a
whatever.
hard vocal shift. I don't blame you too much.
Is a $600 Linus more powerful than a $60 Loop? What even are these comments? Title is clickbait. $64 instead of $60 reported.
Oh, get over it.
Okay, you know what? Piano Banana, let's answer your question. I'm watching every video from you for years and have an important question you never answered. What should I do when I want to share my mouse and keyboard between multiple computers at once? Wait, are they just joking about... They must have had like a
It's got to be an ad
spot.
spot. It has to be an ad spot.
I'm sure you mean sponsor spot.
Oh, sorry.
But yes.
Spawn.
There was a sponsor spot for Synergy.
Yes.
Oh, very, very funny.
There was a lot
That's
of
very
Synergy ad
funny.
spots.
Sponsor spots.
Yes.
We don't do ads on Linus Tech Tips because ads might compete with Google's ad formats.
Right.
That's why we only do sponsor spots.
I am so sorry, Google. I apologize. I will take whatever punishment you seem.
Yeah,
you
go
deem
go
proper.
sacrifice a marshmallow to our overlords,
Yeah.
or a piece of pie, or an Oreo. You can sacrifice them into your tummy. That's perfectly acceptable. So it's actually good for everyone.
That's nice.
It's a good experience overall. Speaking of things that are good in your tummy, our sponsor for today's video, Honey. Honey is good for your tummy and your web browser because it'll help you save money. Honey is a free shopping tool that finds the best promo codes wherever you shop online, on places that you might have never heard of. They're really small websites. Amazon, eBay, Newegg, Razer, Best Buy, Walmart.
I think I've heard of Walmart.
Really obscure, really obscure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Walmart, there was like, I was like reading this listicle about like the weirdest things that happen in a store. I'm pretty sure it was Walmart, and there were some crazy people in that store.
Just
I can tell you that.
Nuts.
So those of you who downloaded Honey from our link have saved over $100,000 in the past few months. Honey gets a small commission from sites where Honey saves you money. It's free to use. It installs in just 2 clicks, and actually a ton of people here at Linus Media Group have used Honey and saved money. So get it for free at joinhoney.com/Linus. And I guess that was pretty much the point. Honey is the sponsor that has been spamming everyone with ad spots on YouTube.
My only...
Okay, yes, so we followed up on that.
Okay.
So This is awkward. You know what? We're going to put back the regular lower third.
Yeah.
So we have talked to them about that.
Okay.
And I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a spot for them
Okay.
that looks and feels more like
Thank you.
like a pre-roll ad on
That's
YouTube.
the biggest problem. Is it just didn't, it was terrible.
I've just been clicking like a Linus Tech Tips video.
Oh.
And I'm like, I didn't click WAN Show because this is like a bunch of WAN Show spots, or I'll get like a Tech Link spot, and I'm like,
Yeah.
what even am I
Okay,
looking
not
at?
even that. I think that's one of the nights that I just like literally didn't sleep the night before because
Yeah.
something crazy was happening at Flowplane. I look so haggard in that video. Oh my goodness. I watched it and I was just like, oh no. I'm happy they're focusing on Linus. And they cut to me. I'm like, no! Stop! Please.
That should be fixed by Monday.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
actually care. Yeah.
The WAN Show is also brought to you by Squarespace. Do you need to create a beautiful website without the hassle? Well, check out Squarespace. Their all-in-one platform makes it easy to get up and running quickly. They have award-winning templates that you can use as a starting point for a wide range of projects. And if you ever need additional help, Squarespace offers webinars, a full series of help guides, or you can contact their support 24/7 via live chat and email. If you already have a third-party domain, you don't have to give it up. Just transfer it over to Squarespace. Plus, you get e-commerce features to help you sell merch or services online and easily manage your inventory and orders. So go to squarespace.com/WAN to get 10% off your first purchase. Finally, the WAN Show is brought to you by Ridge Wallet. With a Ridge Wallet, you can stop carrying around pointless items in your pocket like receipts or, wait, are these your
I
cards?
put some cards in there that aren't a problem to be on camera.
Oh, that was a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So having a thin wallet like this encourages you to stop carrying around random bull crap. It's got 2 metal plates that are bound by a strong elastic band, so it keeps your cards in securely, but you can also pop them out easily, just like that. And they are RFID blocking, so you don't have to worry about skimmers grabbing your card info. They offer a lifetime guarantee. They have a money clip on the side, but in a
Bang.
pinch, you could also store your Ridge wallet on your belt.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
Might want to be careful about where you do that.
Yeah. And they come in different types of metal, like aluminum, carbon fiber, and titanium, one of which is not necessarily metal. Use offer code LTTJuly to save 10% at ridgewallet.com/LTT. Now, I want to move into what is actually the main topic of today's WAN Show.
Okay.
So there have been some epic battles
You've been so excited about this.
on YouTube over the years. Some epic battles.
Oh!
One epic battle.
Oh, no, we're going that direction.
One epic battle was between the epic rap battles characters,
Yes.
Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. That
Yes.
truly was a spectacular
That was a
episode of
pretty
epic
big
rap
deal.
battles. More importantly, there was the epic battle between T-Series and the one and only Felix Kjellberg. Is that how you pronounce it? Whatever, it doesn't matter. PewDiePie, okay? PewDiePie.
Yeah.
You know, for top subscribed channel. Now,
Key Elberg. I like it.
we're not in a position to battle over the top most subscribed
No.
YouTube channel of all time.
Yeah.
But there is a rivalry that has actually been heating up over the last little while, and so I just want to take this opportunity to say it. Marquez, MKBHD,
Oh.
I choose you. Consider yourself called out, because now people who creep YouTube stats might know this already, but most of you probably don't. Marquez, actually, 4 years ago? 5 years ago, I think, skyrocketed past Linus Tech Tips for most subscribed tech channel. And then Lou actually blew past both of us, but we're not talking about that. This is a race for the silver medal. Second, English speaking, okay, technical Guruji, technically over 10 million subscribers. Second, English speaking tech YouTube channel across the 10 million subscriber mark. Marquez, consider yourself called out because, and I'm sure you noticed this, man, we actually passed you for subscribers about 6 months ago, Brandon? Does that sound about right? Yeah. Okay, now, with that said, the race is going to be super interesting because Marquez actually passed us again about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But then, check this out. So he's gaining an average of around 4,800
Whoa.
subscribers a day. Yeah, that was a Note 10 launch. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So he can be very spiky. But
but
he's gained an
yes,
average of about 4,800 subscribers a month, and he's sitting at 9.054 million. Now, by comparison, the Linus Tech Tips channel,
4,800 subscribers a day.
a day.
It's like 140 a month.
By comparison, the Linus Tech Tips channel is a little behind. We're actually about 80,000 subscribers behind, but that is not an insurmountable difference when you look at our daily average, which is about 5,500. So,
we could win this fight. Also, one thing, a little bit of hot fire. He's a B+ rated, you're A-, so
yeah, so Social Blade knows what's up
Yeah,
right there. A-.
yeah.
You like that? You like that A- right there?
heck yeah. It's green, his is yellow, just saying.
Yep. So, Marquez. It's on.
What's up, bro?
It's on. So I'm challenging Marquez to be the next one, the next tech channel to 10 million before us. And I'm challenging you, our community, to help me out here, please. Because we've been watching it internally. Like it's something that I don't think I've met a YouTuber. They might deny it in public, but I don't think I've met a YouTuber who doesn't creep other YouTubers on Social Blade.
Yeah.
We all use Social Blade to you're like, hey, how are other people in this space doing?
Yeah. It makes sense.
So we talk about it internally, but now it's public. So I really need you guys to help me out because I am now officially out of the closet when it comes to my YouTube stat watching habit. And I would like very much to not be embarrassed. So guys, share Linus Tech Tips with your friends and family, preferably the ones that'll actually watch because it can actually affect us negatively if people subscribe and then don't watch. It makes YouTube think that people subscribe and don't like the channel because the content sucks. So find someone who's actually techie and make sure they subscribe. If all 7,000 of you do that today, then we can at least keep pace with him over the last couple of days because he's had a nice little bump from the Note 10 that I had not anticipated necessarily before conceiving of the idea of challenging him on the WAN Show today.
You should pull a Mr. Beast and buy out all the billboards in an area, but just to troll really hard, buy them all out in his area. So that when he drives
so hold on a
around
second.
and stuff.
So don't say anything because we have some plans.
Oh.
And I don't want you to accidentally say anything that
Okay.
we actually have planned
Okay.
and ruin it.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so
I'm sorry.
we'll talk offline.
Sounds good.
But yeah, we're okay. Tell you what. I can't tell you guys this unfortunately because it would really ruin a thing. But I'm gonna tell Luke, and you get to judge by his reaction.
Okay.
How funny this is.
That picks up really.
Okay, I'll be very quiet.
Okay.
I'll be very quiet. Okay, I haven't even told you the funny part yet.
you should- okay.
Okay.
You should.
So that's how
Oh
good
my
it's gonna
God.
be.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
And
I
then
have-
hold on.
Okay. I can't
I'm sorry.
say
I'm
anymore.
sorry.
This is gonna be amazing.
Okay. Sorry. So anyway, Marquez, I choose you. Bring it on. That's all I have to say about that.
God. If he responds with anything anywhere near that amazing, this is gonna be absolutely fantastic.
Officially best tech feud of all time.
Wow.
Because the tech feud between AMD and Intel is officially over. Intel is just not really participating in the feud anymore, it seems. Oh wait, I didn't mean to actually share my screen there. That doesn't matter. The original article here is from our bud Patrick Kennedy over at servethehome.com, and his headline pretty much says it all. AMD EPYC 7002 series Rome delivers a knockout.
Bam.
So if in the consumer space, AMD got competitive with Intel and manage to pull out ahead in given workloads, particularly multi-threaded workloads. Because when we talk about AMD being great for gaming with Ryzen 3rd Gen, we're talking AMD caught up to Intel, and they now like beat them a couple times, but Intel still at the top end of their stack is the best performing CPU strictly for gaming. When we talk about the serverland world place thing in the clouds, those are workloads that are inherently heavily multi-threaded, an area that AMD has cemented a firm grasp on when it comes to performance leadership. And this is bad. So remember that video I made a little while back where I talked about how I can't hold tech stock because it would be a significant conflict of interest. If I didn't feel that that was too much of a conflict of interest, here's the thing. I make my money through ads and sponsorships and merch sales and all kinds of different ways. So the way that I look at it is like, look, I can't have my hand in every honey jar, okay? So playing tech stocks is gonna be a honey jar that I just cannot ethically participate in. And you know what? I need to be comfortable with that because I have all these other ways that I make a very good living. I'm not complaining at all. So I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. But if I had had the opportunity, I legitimately, even though I don't actually participate in stock trading, I would have bought so much AMD that day. And honestly, it was not because desktop Ryzen was like going to be competitive or whatever. That was what the word on the street was. That was what AMD was broadcasting, shouting from every rooftop that they could. The thing that I was actually excited about was this. That is the Epic announcement.
Wow.
Okay, so when we go back to, when was Computex? Like sometime in June? Okay, so Computex is like, what, mid-June? Oh yeah, no, this is the spike, right? Yeah, early June, here we go. So
it's actually pretty similar.
This kind of like
Not quite
downward trend and stuff, like this stuff can be all over the place. But you got to remember, when you're buying a stock based on the quality of the product portfolio, right, and the competitive position of the other players in the same market, we're not talking about holding something for like a month or two and going, okay, that was my gains, I cash out, and like you flip it and buy something else. Because the thing is, for an actual competitive advantage, not just like, oh, there's a rumor of a buyout or a merger, blah, 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 like that kind of stuff that really causes stocks to spike and decline, or like large shareholders dumping to artificially deflate it and then buying in low or whatever. Like there's all kinds of things that can affect a stock. If you want to capitalize on something real, like the actual position in the market of the company, you need to take a longer position. And what I had an inkling of at that time was that over the next couple of years, AMD was going to win back significant market share in a space, not gamers. Guys, there's no margin in gaming chips. Like there's a little bit, but come on. Not gaming chips. I'm talking the big stuff. I'm talking $7,000 CPUs, of which 2 go in one blade server, of which there are 4 per freaking like server, of which there are like, 16 or 18 per freaking cabinet, of which there are 100 in a data center. That's the big business. That's the big money. That's where AMD is going to be coming back in their next quarterly earnings report, maybe not even the next one, because after you launch a product like this, it takes a while for those big requests for quotes to come in, or I think it's actually short for request for quantity. I think it can go either way, whatever. Okay. That's where those RFQs come in. And you look at it, you put together a quotation, the buyers take it, they talk to their upper management, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole process.
Validation.
But it's gonna take a quarter or 2, maybe even 3. But that's where AMD's quarterly earnings at some point in the next year are gonna look like this. that's where it's going to spike hardcore, and that's where I was looking at it going, that's why I would want to take a position. Now, heed my warning. Since I said that, since I made that video, AMD has already spiked significantly, and I am not in a position where I am advising anyone to buy or sell stocks. That is not my job. I am not an analyst. Remember, no matter how good things look, stuff could go wrong. Dr. Sue could die of how excited she is about how amazing her company is performing right now.
Or a fab could have a problem.
TSMC could explode. Okay, that could actually happen.
China could get really upset.
Yeah, remember when, what was it, floods in Thailand? That, like, well, with that said, WD and Seagate stock actually spiked because of that, because they just sold hard drives for more margin.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a whole other thing.
But something I've been,
The point is, stuff can go wrong. I'm guaranteeing nothing, but this was what I was actually amped about, but couldn't really talk about because I had nothing concrete to go on at that time. Zen 2 is a freaking beast. I wish I had my swear button so I could bleep myself because I wanted to use a different word. Okay, so Epic 7002.
One quick thing. Can you show your doc for a sec?
I can.
Who wrote this?
James. Why?
We need to do like a word count thing for how many times AMD and Epic were typed in this.
Well, AMD is having a pretty epic run here.
It's amazing. Every single line. AMD Epic, the AMD Epic, the AMD Epic, AMD.
Pretty much, you should read through Patrick's article because it's great. But pretty much, almost across the board, except at the very low end, Epic is just... I mean, it's just crushing it. I mean, for a single socket, we're talking 128 PCI Express lanes versus, what is it? It's either 46 or 56. Something stupid like that. Like over double the PCI Express lane count. When we're talking big data and machine learning and stuff like that, a lot of the processing isn't done on the CPU anymore. It's done on GPUs. So or not even GPUs. I mean, there's other specialized processors. Intel just released their FPGA thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Intel themselves seems to know this, okay? And then aside from that, you need massive storage. You need PCI Express for that. Everything is PCI Express now. They've got way more memory bandwidth. They actually run at faster memory speeds, DDR4 3200 versus 2933, and they've got 2 more channels per chip. They completely re-architected the way that the memory actually connects to the CPU, and this is really cool because I was actually doing a video on Intel Skull Trail the other week.
Okay.
Remember Skull Trail?
Yeah.
Okay, that was Intel's dual socket gaming enthusiast platform.
Skull Trail was sweet.
It was 8 cores at a time when nothing had 8 cores.
Nope.
In the consumer space anyway. And I was blown away because I pulled up Task Manager and I noticed that it only had 1 NUMA domain. And I was like, oh my God, it had a North Bridge. So the CPU bone's connected to the North Bridge bone over the front side bus, and the North Bridge bone connected to the FBDIMM memory bone. So there's no latency penalty for this CPU to grab data from RAM that's connected to this CPU's integrated memory controller, because there is no integrated memory controller. Okay. But integrated memory controller still has a benefit over that archaic architecture because basically having a North Bridge means everybody gets a latency hit instead of only when you have to cross into another domain. Now, with Epic 2nd Gen, AMD actually architected effectively a more North Bridge-like system with fewer NUMA domains, except it's all on chip. So I forget what they call it. What's their I/O hub thing that they're building into the thing? They made the I/O die the center of the server, blah, blah, blah. I forget what they actually call the damn thing though. Sorry, you'll have to forgive me. I don't remember what their term is for it. But what this means is that the best case scenario, so just like with the North Bridge, the best case scenario for memory access actually gets a little bit worse, but the worst case scenario gets way better, especially in dual socket configurations. What's that?
I think it's still called NUMA nodes.
No, the I/O hub. The I/O hub has a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. You know what? We can probably, let's give Patrick's article some shout outs here. It's pretty awesome. Let's just find it. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, Patrick, you don't label your pages. Dude. Was to move the traditional North Bridge functions, blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Come on, you're killing me here, dude. Okay. Something, 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 something. I'm dying. AMD's approach is different. Integrated Server Controller Hub, the SCH, I think that's it. No, that's not it. Is that it? Maybe that's it. You know what? It doesn't matter. I don't care what they call it. The point is, they have smoothed out the latency for memory accesses. They have sped up the memory. They have more channels. They have a 15% IPC uplift over first-gen EPYC, which is freaking phenomenal. They have up to a 64-core product. I mean, we are talking Intel's dual socket servers having a difficult time competing with AMD's single socket chip. And we're ignoring price. AMD's 64-core chip, the top spec one is like $7,700 US. A single Intel 28 core, okay, single one is 10 grand for their top spec chip. Now, you're gonna get those at lower prices if you're buying in volume or blah, 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 whatever. But you have to assume that AMD's got discounts on offer too, depending on how much you're buying. The point of the matter is just that Intel is not competitive and then their pricing is out of whack. There is basically, now, I wanna get EPYC in-house here. I wanna play with it. I want you guys to play with it for like a video transcode server. I'm working on it, by the way.
Okay.
So I wanna get EPYC in-house, but as far as I can tell, outside of some very specific use cases, like if you must have AVX 512, which is an instruction that AMD has not implemented yet. If you must have it, AMD don't got you back, but that's about it.
I was gonna say, for a vast majority of other stuff, AMD list prices on competitive parts are 25 to 35% of what the compute performance would cost to get from Intel Xeon comparables. That's compute performance cost, not like chip per chip.
Yeah.
So that's actually like more important.
That's savage.
In my opinion.
It's savage. Yeah. It's savage.
We're bringing that back.
It's savage.
We're going to like 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Savage.
Yeah.
Savage beating. It's like it's hard to watch, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard
like
to watch.
Like Jake Paul.
Yeah.
Oh.
Equally hard to watch.
Nice.
I don't know. I've never watched a Jake Paul video. It might be great. I wouldn't know. Yeah. Speaking of things I wouldn't know how to get rid of Nick other than to tell you guys about the hoodie I'm wearing right now. That's what you want, right? Really?
No, it's not on sale yet.
Oh, it's not? I thought they just took pictures now. Oh, okay, this is not on sale yet. Sorry, Nick, what can I do for you?
Did you see the thing that Lloyd sent you and stuff?
Oh, that! Oh, yeah, let's talk about that.
Also, did you guys talk about how, like, there's a rumor that Dr. Sue's going to IBM or whatever?
What? Dr. Sue might be going to IBM?
Well, like...
There's a rumor.
There's a rumor.
It doesn't seem very
the thing that makes it more
substantiated.
legitimate to me is that she directly responded to it being like, this is not true. Which to me makes it more true.
She said it's not true. Interesting.
Yeah.
Denied a rumor she wants to be IBM's next chief exec.
That would be lame. That'd just be a lame move,
I was
in
talking
my
to
opinion.
Anthony, we're like, maybe IBM just buys AMD.
I don't know if IBM could buy AMD and retain the x86 license, though. I think that would be the issue. Yeah, there'd be like no value
The
to
licensing around that kind of stuff is crazy.
Yeah, and also that would be a significant market consolidation because IBM and AMD, actually AMD is poised. That's a really interesting thing too. They're also poised with these massive many-core CPUs, PCI Express Gen 4. They're poised to take on IBM potentially in applications where firms wouldn't have to completely re-architect, because that's one of the things that IBM does so well is they focus on the interconnect rather than focusing on just the performance of their power cores. So their like Z series in particular is really designed for like many transactions and connect all the friggin' things to it. And AMD is really taking a very similar approach with x86 that Intel has largely ignored over the last 4 years. So if I was Dr. Sue, I mean, I don't know what her executive bonus package looks like or what IBM could offer her, whatever the case may be, but if I were Dr. Sue and I were looking to leave a legacy behind, I would probably try to make it at AMD and just kick IBM's ass instead of joining them.
Just for like a Bill and Ted level overview of this, it's just boring. Stay at AMD. It's more fun.
Yeah, it's like
interesting.
It has made the industry so much more exciting.
Exactly. Stay.
Like I was so.
It's way more fun.
I was so bored of CPUs for a bit there.
Yes.
Like
everyone was. I was like, God.
And then Jensen's niece was like.
Yeah. No. Apparently that's false.
I know.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So apparently that rumor about Dr. Sue being somehow related, like your niece or something, to
maybe
No, I thought it was false.
Jensen?
It's like second cousin.
It's
No, I thought it was outright false.
Oh, okay.
Lisa Sue related to Jensen Huang. Here we go. That auto completed for me. Technically, her grandfather is Jensen Huang's uncle. They are not exactly niece and uncle, but relatives, is what this says from 2018. I don't know. I had people calling me out when I was talking about it, and they confirmed.
her grandfather being someone's uncle. That's relatively far
It's like
detached.
second cousin once removed or some crazy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Okay, I can't find
If you
anyone
go far enough back, I'm
because
probably.
I thought
related to
one of
you.
them denied it. Didn't they?
14th cousin, 32nd time removed. Nick and I are related.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
Perfect.
Doesn't matter. Let's move on to something pretty sick.
Do you also want to see,
Apparently our Twitch title is wrong. Dang it. Whatever. What do you have? Oh.
see that too?
Wow. Okay. Nick really wants me to do a merch update. Okay. I'm not that into the suede hat. Can I show him one of the other ones for context? Someone was wearing one earlier. Who was it?
I think I know where one is.
Yeah, okay. So we're working on a new hat for TechLinked. It's gonna have like this little metal thing in the corner, and then it's either gonna be like a plain kind of suede style. What do you think of that material? It feels quality,
It does.
but I think it's a different kind of personality that wears a suede hat versus the other one. What's up?
You can see.
Oh, well, yeah, that's just like, that's a characteristic of suede.
No, but that's what I mean.
That's
That's one of the reasons why I probably wouldn't be super into it, though.
yeah.
One thing that I have as a completely outside person.
Yeah.
This is very trendy right now,
Yeah.
but I like snapbacks.
You like snapbacks.
I'm that guy. But this is trendier. This is what people want, as far as I know.
So I like the heathered one.
Oh, this is nice.
Yeah, I really like this one and this one, actually. They look the same, but they're not quite, actually. Oh, wait, are these ones the
Gold
same?
and black.
Oh, it's the pin. There is another color of heather that's a little lighter. I think the dark one is the one that I did.
I don't normally
better.
like gold, but against that, like, the
Yeah.
gray heather, I think it looks pretty good.
So that's pretty cool. That's not actually the one that I am most amped to talk about right now, though. So I'm going to go ahead and pop out this Hangouts window because we are finally working on the LTT merch that was, like Thanos, inevitable.
Yes! How close are we to this?
It'll be a while. It'll be a while. So first,
Should be before holiday.
there's going to be a mouse pad. So we're actually going to throw this up. We're going to poll people on this. Can I? Oh, yes, I
To,
can.
like, pick a design?
To tell us what designs they like best. We
You
might
should
do more than
poll
one
people
design.
by doing pre-orders.
So we're going to do... No, that's a disaster.
Yeah.
No, it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to do a 10 key list and a full-size size.
Okay.
With like a nice, reasonable mousing
Like
area
full
for
size,
either.
like this
Like
kind of deal?
104 key, yeah.
Okay.
So we've got kind of your... Okay, so something that we've done intentionally is left the mousing area mostly blank. So that's to make sure that we don't have any tracking issues introduced by the graphics. Now, most modern, like high-end mice won't have an issue with that, but we want everyone to be able to use them. Here's a more colorful version. It's kind of like winter/Northern Lights kind of inspired.
I like that one.
Here's just like an LTT Circle logo inspired one. I think this one's a little busy personally. This is my first time actually seeing these, by the way, guys.
Those kind of look like dongs.
They do kind of look like dongs. I think we're out.
That's the first thing I said.
Yeah, we're out on the dong. We're out on the black and white dong design and probably the orange dong design too. We could just do something a little bit more abstract like this. This is dead on arrival.
Okay, yeah.
Here's the TechLinked one actually looks really good.
Yeah.
I like that.
That one's sharp actually. The TechLinked branding lends itself really well to like clean, cool designs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah! I'm gonna throw out all my socks and buy a bunch of these.
it is inevitable.
Yep.
It was going to happen. Also, I don't know if you guys can see this.
Yeah!
But yes, confirmed, we are working on a sandal.
Okay, can I petition? I don't know anything about what you guys
way
are
more
doing.
long term.
Yeah, it's gonna be a while, guys.
Yeah.
Long-term.
Like, you'll
A
be
lot of
wearing
vetting,
these sandals next summer, okay?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean,
Maybe.
if it makes it by then, I'm happy.
If everything goes according to plan, you will wear them next summer.
You guys now need second layer bottoms. So, like, not underwear bottoms. Because then if you do that with this,
Okay.
you'll have everything.
So I actually,
you don't want.
I-
that would be everything.
I just killed that project.
but that would be everything.
Okay, here's the, I didn't, well, yeah, it was like a month
could
ago.
be 100%
okay,
LTT.
Okay, all right. Chill out for a second here. So pants are really tough. Sizing is really challenging.
Not like jeans.
You gotta, hold on, even then, you gotta accommodate all the different waist sizes, all the different leg lengths, and all the combinations thereof, okay? So there's a huge like front-loaded investment to bring in all these different sizes. That assumes that you can even figure out, how to make the clothing fit nicely with all these different body shapes and types.
Okay.
Pants are hard. Number 2, what kind of pants? Because jeans, basically, you're not going to take on, I don't know what a popular jean brand is. Levi. Sure. You're not going to take on Levi's.
G-Star.
Yeah.
Sure.
Jinko, whatever they're
the
called.
pitch that I got was joggers.
I was
Now-
just thinking sweatpants.
I don't think
They're the same thing.
they're basically very similar. Joggers are pretty much trendy sweatpants. And the thing is, I didn't actually kill the project so much as I put it on indefinite hiatus because, see, the thing is, okay, so the reason that I put it on indefinite hiatus is that from a being excited about the merch standpoint, I don't wear sweatpants. And I don't wear joggers. Those are probably closer to joggers than they are to sweatpants, honestly. The DreamHack ones?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're very joggery sweatpants.
Yeah.
Like they're more fitted and stuff. They're not just like
I would call
I'm
those
sick today.
joggers.
Yeah, those are probably basically
Sweatpants are
joggers.
basically
I
just
would-
like gray athletic.
I would basically want something that isn't I'm sick today pants, but isn't jeans.
And that's joggers.
Okay, I don't know
Slacky-
fashion,
slacky
So-
joggers.
but yeah, something you could wear out, but we're not trying to compete with jeans.
So, what's her name again? The mom of all the famous Kardashian people, Kris Jenner. So believe it or not, it was actually after a presentation from Kris Jenner of all people, where she was talking about how they decide on which business opportunities to pursue. Because when you're the Kardashian/Jenner clan, you have basically an endless supply of people pitching you on endorsing their product or branding your whatever, blah, 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 blah. And she went, one of the most important things for us was to focus on what we're passionate about because then you will never get bored of it. What's up?
You don't wear hats.
I actually do wear hats.
Very rarely.
I used to wear a hat every day.
Okay, that's fair.
So I actually I can understand the hat, and when I go out on the weekend and I'm like out in the sun, I will take my hat.
Yeah.
I do wear my
I do remember
LTT
when you
hat.
used to wear them all the time.
So and besides, the hat project was actually already complete when I attended that workshop. So anyway,
Okay.
the reason that I killed the joggers and fast-tracked socks.
Oh no,
and
I'm cool with
mouse
that.
pad
I just want
and
to eventually happen.
more colors of water bottle. It'll eventually happen.
Okay.
So what I told Lloyd and Nick.
Do you want more colors?
Sorry?
Do you want more colors of water bottle to show?
No, that's okay. So what I told Nick and Lloyd was we're gonna do it,
Okay.
but we're gonna do it after we've explored the things that I'm like really excited about and passionate about.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Like, I am-
Well, I don't care if it happens in 2025. I just want to eventually be able to walk out of the door wearing purely LTT
Damn
gear.
it. I hate it when the
that
ice
was-
breaks free.
But the fancy new jacket takes
yeah.
the brunt of the blow and it wicks right off.
It does actually. This is not actually a jacket though. Okay,
Oh.
can you get the terminology right?
I'm sorry.
Okay, this is the swacket.
What? SWAT jacket?
No.
Sweater jacket.
Sweater jacket. Okay. So feel the material here.
Okay.
Okay, so it's kind of like a
Athletic sweater.
sweater. Okay, feel the material here.
Definitely jacket.
It's a swacket.
Athletic sweater between the.
Yeah.
So you can still get soaked while only getting a little bit soaked.
It's a swacket, okay?
Nice.
And it also has like more like out at night features. Like this is reflective.
Which is actually
Reflective
cool.
strip on front and back.
That's cool. And I will also say, it hit the sweater part of the sweater jacket combo and still wicked off.
Yeah.
So my joke about getting soaked is not
So
actually very
it's designed to be a little bit shoutier than Stealth Hoodie.
Yeah.
It is a bit more expensive. I think
Well,
it's going to be about
it's
$30
reflective.
more.
It's like particularly not stealthy.
But it's YKK zipper. The material quality is really different. Like it's higher. Not that Stealth is bad, just that this costs more. And it retains one of the key features of Stealth, which is, of course, the secure phone pocket.
I'm just going to throw in there really quick. The material on the Stealth hoodie is actually like particularly nice. We've had a complaint that I don't think is going to get solved, but Brett
Yeah.
from UFD Tech was like, "Dude, I'm left-handed."
I know. I watched the video.
I don't think there's any solution to that, really.
I mean, we could do like a one-off for him, but other than that, no, we don't plan to do like
He'd
a
probably
left-handed
freak
design.
out
He'd
if we made
probably
something
freak out.
one-off
Is
for
that
him.
possible?
I mean, anything's possible.
Is that doable?
Technically.
Like, they are actually working on an order of stealth right now.
Yeah.
Is it possible to, what size is UFD?
I don't
medium.
know.
Medium? Is he a medium?
I could see if we could get him a lefty one.
Okay, can you see what you can do?
I'll see.
All right, and we're not doing this for anyone, guys. We are not doing a
Never
left-handed
again.
skew,
Yeah.
because it's just another.
It's a nightmare.
It's another inventory item to manage. We're
It
not going to
sucks,
do
but
it,
you can go like this.
Yeah.
Or you can pass it to your right hand.
Yeah, but
It's totally possible.
UFD has pimped our merch so hard that just for him, we will try.
Yeah.
I'm not promising anything. So anyway, we've got a bunch of different sandal designs to look at. Some of them are immediately off because anything you can't run in like this, you're done. You're done. It's out.
My biggest thing is you have to like it and want to wear it like a lot.
So, well, there are key considerations for me. Like I do expect, even though I'm wearing sandals, to be able to run in them.
Yeah.
And so it has to be a design that straps in securely.
For your video where it was, I think it was Terran,
Yeah.
where you had like a battle with him about the pros and cons of sandals versus shoes.
I
It,
won
like,
that.
I know, but this sandal needs to win that.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
So it has to have everything that is good about a shoe. Some of these designs actually look kind of sharp.
I think that's mainly just
like
sock
this one.
designs.
Is it? Well, it's not like the sandal stuff is like by accident. And we should absolutely coordinate the sock design with the sandals, which is I
Yes.
think why he provided it this way. But
yes.
some of this is looking pretty. I like this one actually. I think this looks pretty good.
So my question about the whole like Kris Jenner stuff is like,
Yeah.
where does the kimono fall in that?
I have no
The
idea.
kimono
I don't
is-
actually pay any attention to their merch crap, so
Do you know what the kimono is?
no.
It's Spanx with an extra scooping of cultural appropriation.
I don't know what Spanx are.
Do you not know what Spanx are? No. It's like those like
Why would we know this crap?
like
Why do you know this crap?
like not leggings but like undergarments to like tuck all the fat bits in.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I should know that.
But she called it a kimono, and then because she's Kim, and then
Yeah.
everyone got upset.
I actually give, beyond the excellent message that was in part of that talk about business, I give so few cares about the actual content and products over there.
I've had a minor. I might be one of the people that buys a whole bunch of Element shirts to expand their clothing because
Jeebus.
I had my dad over
See
last
that
night.
guy who tweeted?
Yeah, that was epic. I had my dad over last night to look into a plumbing issue at my house, and we figured out that the hot and cold water is unreliable because when they plumbed the apartment building that I'm in, they run the cold water right next to the hot water.
Oh,
and it heats
bloody
up the
hell.
other pipe. So when I've been washing my clothes, they've all been shrinking. So all my shirts are effectively larges now, and they're supposed to be extra larges. So I've like lost weight but look heavier, which is sweet. It's really cool.
So, one of the other considerations for the sandal.
Okay.
Durability.
I can smell
Sandals, I'm sorry.
this. It's okay.
Sandals always fail in the same spots.
Okay,
Here.
that makes sense.
Here,
Yeah.
there's just like a
You've
handful.
got less stuff holding on.
Yeah, there's a
It makes
handful of spots that they fail. You can see this is totally detached here.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, how long have you had that though?
I expect a long lifetime out of my sandals.
Yeah, no, because I think this is the like second or third pair since I've known you.
No, it's probably like number 4.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do like one every 1.5 years or so. And
That's not bad.
It depends on when they fail. No, I
That's
think
not
that's
bad for
that's pretty
shoes.
reasonable. So if we can
Footwear.
if we can get to that kind of level of quality, and remember, I wear them every day. Like these are my everyday carry.
Everyday strap.
Weaponized sandals. Yeah.
Which mouse pads did we like?
So, which mouse pads do we like? I can't figure out how to get back to the mouse pads. I can't close this for some reason. So, I don't know. Like, escape isn't working. I can't. Oh, wait. Oh,
Are you guys doing a feedback thing? Are you guys doing a straw poll or some other kind of?
I think they're different files.
I think we're going to put it on Twitter. Yeah, no, I know they're different files. I can't close this. I don't know how to close it. Oh, wait. I know what the problem is. It's a separate tab. There's your problem. All right. So yeah, I don't want to look at that right now. I want to look at the socks. Okay. So I like this one. What do you think, Luke?
I like the top left one. Yeah, I like a little bit of color in my socks personally.
But what about doing like a different color? We don't have to be married to orange.
I like orange. I
We
like
could also
the
go like
the-
stealth sock.
Are you guys doing one?
We don't know yet. It's going to really depend on minimum order quantities. We found a supplier who seems like freaking legit. Like they make socks for brands that I've heard of, which is cool. And like not Hanes, like brands that make like high-end hiking socks and stuff that I have heard of, and I was like, okay. Cool.
Okay.
So we found like a really good factory, we think, but their minimum order quantities are like 3,500 pairs, stuff like that, like really, really high.
Per
like,
size or in total?
like dangerously high, like per. I actually, oh lordy, I don't know.
Because I was talking to Jono about this before the show,
Yeah.
and if you guys are vetting as well as you've vetted for everything else that's on the store so far, I'm probably just going to throw all my socks away and get these. And I'm not exaggerating.
We're gonna do our best, but making like a sock that would satisfy me, which is what it has to be, is not going to be easy and might even take longer than the sandal.
Yeah.
So
But that is why I'm probably going to do that. So, the minimum quantity thing, maybe.
I'm gonna make you start buying merch at some point.
I know.
Okay.
I'm going to have to.
Because like I can't just give you your entire wardrobe for
No,
free.
I know.
You
No,
actually
no.
don't work
No.
here anymore.
I was fully expecting to buy all of that. I'm being very clear about this. I'm probably going to do an underwear swap at one point in time. I've kind of decided that.
You're not the only one. We have gotten so many orders for specifically like 2 packs of underwear, which is like nobody orders 2 packs on their first order.
Yeah.
That's because they already have a pack.
Yeah.
And like 3 is laundry once a week with a buffer.
It's gotten to the point where I get a little bit annoyed when my LTT underwear are not clean. Because then I'm like, now I have to wear some other junk. I'm just like, that sucks.
Can't put other junk on your junk.
No, exactly.
All right. Do we have any more topics for today?
There's some stuff.
Oh, yeah. Apple is locking iPhone batteries to the phone. So the original article here is from iFixit. So Apple has announced that only Apple batteries can go in iPhones, and furthermore, only Apple may install them. RC Mail posted this on the forum. So if you replace your battery in the newest iPhones, so the XS, the XS Max, and the XR, a message indicating that you need to service your battery appears in Settings, Battery, next to Battery Health. This service message is normally an indication that the battery is degraded and needs to be replaced. However, even if you put in a brand new battery, a first-party Apple battery, you take 2 iPhone XSs and swap their batteries, they will both display the error. That is unless an Apple Genius or an Apple authorized service provider authenticates a battery to the phone. That phone will never show its battery health and will always report this vague, ominous problem. So the way it works is that there's a Texas Instruments microcontroller on the battery that provides information to the phone, like capacity, temperature, and how much time until it fully discharges. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. As far as I don't know of a phone that doesn't have that feature. I mean, Apple's is a little bit custom, but like, basically, the thing that has changed now is that the chips in the newer iPhone batteries include an authentication feature that stores the info for pairing the battery to the iPhone's logic board. If the battery doesn't have the unique authentication key the iPhone's logic board is expecting, you'll get the service message. So,
I wonder
if
anyone could figure it out and if it would be even remotely worth it to swap the microcontrollers.
Apparently, yes, that would work.
Yeah.
It's extraordinarily difficult.
But that's what I mean.
It's more work than it's worth,
Okay.
basically.
Yeah.
Because, and this is something that is sort of, I guess, a saving grace of this move, other than giving you that message, it doesn't have an effect. So you know how if your battery is degraded past a certain lifespan, Apple can throttle the performance because it can't deliver the peak, the power that the phone needs in order to perform its best or whatever. Apple's degraded message here doesn't force the phone into that mode or anything like that.
For now.
Hold on. It just says degraded, and otherwise the phone operates normally.
Okay.
The problem, as you ruined my transition to, is that this is yet another bloody slippery slope for Apple to lock down their devices even further so that nobody, without Apple's permission, is allowed to open a device and service a device that you own. Even Tesla is improving in this regard. And like, they do not have a good track record.
No.
So I don't really have anything else to say about that. Like I understand Apple's point to a degree. Every time an iPhone blows up, it makes the news. Apple doesn't want that. And if they could, look back at some telemetry data that shows that phone was giving a message to their owner that the battery needs to friggin' be serviced and be like, well, that wasn't the battery we put in there.
That would be very nice.
That would be very nice for them.
I'm very conflicted on Apple right now because I kind of really want an iPhone as my daily driver because it would be very nice for security reasons. And the sign-in with Apple stuff that's coming and all that kind of stuff is really cool.
On the other hand, do you know how much a battery swap by Apple costs?
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So there's the I really like privacy things and I really like right to repair. And right now they're not going together at all.
Yeah.
And that's pretty frustrating. That being said, how many times have you had a battery swap in a phone that you actually, you're a bad person to ask for this.
No, go ahead, ask me.
How many times have you had a battery swap on a phone that is your personal daily driver?
Oh, yeah, no.
Because I know you've had them for like the security phones and stuff, but that doesn't really.
Yeah, no. Like I've done phone battery swaps, but I
Yeah.
change phones so often. You know, the Note 9 might be my first one based on how the Note 10 looks. Because I'm not upgrading to it.
Can we do a quick straw poll?
Sure,
I want to use the new polling service, but it's not ready yet.
sure.
Uh,
Hit me with that straw poll. What do you want to know, Luke? What do you want to know? You
Should
don't
it be
know what
like
you wanna
more
know.
than once? Can we assume that getting a battery swapped one time in a phone is not that big of a deal?
Sure.
Is that fair?
Yeah,
So have you had your battery swapped in your phone more than once, yes or no?
sure.
Okay. Okay. Yes, no. And then these types of polls have a tendency for people to only answer if they're in the upset category. So I want you to answer this.
Yeah, no matter what.
Yeah,
Okay, hit me with that poll.
I'm dropping it in YouTube.
You're dropping it in that YouTube. Good job.
Doop-a-doop.
Are you gonna drop it in that float plane?
Yep.
Oh, you don't have the float plane stream up. You know what? I'll do a couple super chats while we wait.
It's already up. Floatplane is fast.
Satwit Kumar, have my free money. Thank you. Stephen Elswick, hey, from someone deployed overseas, love your channel, having your content to watch after a long day is how I relax, and go float plane.
Yeah.
You know that if you give us a tip on YouTube, they take a bunch of the money, and if you do it on YouTube, Floatplane takes a bunch of the money, which is good. I mean, thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know what's really funny? We have had some people.
We actually need a tip feature because this is probably an additional tip. He's probably subscribed on Floatplane already.
We do
Yeah.
need a tip feature. We have had people that have contacted us asking to pay the higher tier.
Really?
That's why I had you update the description, being like, hey, you get all the same things. And then we had some people be like, yeah, no, I just want to pay more. We're like,
Well, when is 4K going to be ready then?
okay. Pretty soon, actually.
Okay. Well, we can roll out a 4K option.
That'd be pretty sweet.
And then I actually, do we have a feature yet to like quickly export like people's emails if they want to be on like a special mailing list or like
So,
whatever? Like when are text posts coming?
that is-
when are all the features coming, Luke?
The user list export thing
Yes.
is something that was brought up very recently by ePlusVox.
I'm sure it was.
And is not currently roadmapped, but is interesting. Interesting. We're currently trying to like fix some things. Now that we've onboarded some creators, some more problems have surfaced because we haven't onboarded creators in forever. So we're trying to like smooth those over and then keep moving forward.
Cool.
Okay, I'm posting the link to Twitch. 'Cause
Okay.
Twitch got ignored for a little bit. 'cause I had
Hey,
to
can you
sign in.
guys do a show about trying to get FreeSync working on a G-Sync monitor? We could. I actually don't know. I don't know if you can do that because variable refresh rate, like that implementation of variable refresh rate from FreeSync may specifically not be supported by NVIDIA's scaler, which is like a hardware piece in the monitor. I don't know. The answer is I don't know, so I might have said something dumb just there, but it wasn't my fault. Or at least wasn't my intention. All right, let's have a look at our straw poll results. Have you had your battery swapped in your phone more than once? Wow, so not many people actually.
No. And this is from an enthusiast crowd.
So okay, hold on a second here. So are you suggesting then, actually I have a couple of different angles here. So are you suggesting that we should just treat a battery swap once every 3 to 4 years as part of device maintenance, and then after that the phone has probably exceeded its usable lifespan anyway, so off to the recycler?
Basically.
Okay, let me suggest that our enthusiast crowd may have actually swayed this poll the opposite way you might think.
Ah, because they're buying devices.
Because they're probably buying devices more often.
Interesting. This is part of the problem with like
Pulling you guys.
yeah,
Yeah,
or
nerds.
any like specific crowd. We need like a wider net. That's interesting. That might actually be very true. I don't know because I know. I think the only person in my personal life that isn't me or you that's gotten their phone serviced or has worked on their phone to the point of taking it apart and swapping things that wasn't like the hot swap removable batteries from back in the day is like one of my parents, and that's it.
Right. Yep.
So like I don't know of that many people that do it, but that's also an extremely narrow scope, so that doesn't help either. I don't know.
Ultimate fails. Any plan to make a left phone pocket stealth hoodie? Oh, wow. We covered that. Ethan, free speech laws in the U.S. are sticky. Some speech becomes an action. For example, death threats are illegal regardless of how they're conveyed. Yep, that's a good point.
We did bring this up.
Ilya, hey guys, before LTX, you promised to host the next WAN show wearing only underwear, including bras. Did you lie? We didn't
think we
lie, we
promised.
forgot. And we also didn't promise, but I forgot. I totally am down to do that.
Okay.
You don't have to, it's fine. WinConfig, today we learned Linus is mostly libertarian regarding speech, at least. Here's the thing. Labels are bad.
Yeah.
Labels do not promote independent thought. So, no, I would never call myself a libertarian. I would never call myself a conservative. I would never call myself a liberal. I would never call myself right-wing, left-wing, or even centrist.
Someone's gonna grab one of those
Yeah, I know, right?
and then use it against you.
I would never say that Hitler was... No, I'm just...
Okay.
That clip of me does
Now
exist.
someone's.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
Now, but if it didn't, someone would just
Yeah.
deep fake the rest of it on.
I know, right? So anyway, I would never use a label to describe myself because a label does not adequately convey the thoughts that I have about these kinds of complex issues there. And they shouldn't for you either. Because just because the other libertarians think something doesn't mean that you should. Not every personal liberty makes sense. Some of them do, but you have to actually think critically about whether things are a good idea.
Yeah.
David says, depending on if you're talking about free speech as the First Amendment protection or free speech as a concept, because there's a distinction there, that is correct.
Yeah.
But either way, what I said stands. Nope says you should collab with Mighty Car Mods. That would actually be sick.
Yeah.
Thomas says name your upload time
Yeah.
in .beats.
That'd be really cool.
MB67, any chance of purchasing a float plane T-shirt? We don't have plans for that right now, but it is
Yeah.
something that we've given some thought to.
Yeah.
Quidro says, just replaced my GTX 780. Willing to sell it to Linus for $500. Great deal. I bought it new for $650. Have original box and receipt. Can't hold it for long. GPUs are hot right now. I think that message took about 1.5 years to come through to us. Spaghetti Vivo. I'm auctioning the domain planefloat.com on GoTag.
Yeah, he's been bugging me about that.
Good
too.
luck with that. We have no interest in
Have
it.
fun, dude.
Sarah
Thanks for the
says,
money.
How to overclock a laptop i7? You need to have an overclockable laptop, and then you need to press the overclocking button in most cases. Captain, I don't know what you're talking about. Can't sleep. Take my sleep-deprived money. Okay. Sure. Sean says, unsubscribing from MKBHD, not my real dad. No, don't do that. This is all about more subscribers for LTT, not less for Marquez, because Marquez is a cool dude. IQ Solutions, reached out to my communities for you. Keep it up. Awesome.
Yeah.
Val says, bought merch in April to be shipped to Singapore back in April. Hasn't arrived. Support has been scarce because of the wind up to LTX. Okay, yes. Email support again. We will get it taken care of. If not, PM me on the forum. Actually, PM Nick. Don't PM me. I get too many PMs. Lego Man says, I'm watching while wearing one of my new Element shirts I bought on the last WAN show. Yeah, okay, so that's a case where we did ship it out quickly. Yay. Megan says, Luke laughs at everything. Tell us. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
How about a hat or mouse pad for float play? Okay, we don't have a plan for float play. Make more float playing gear, says Megan again. Okay. Elwood says, LTT swimwear when? LTT kids wear when? My son, every time I bring home a new merch item, he's like, Daddy, is there one in kid size yet? I'm like, oh, kid, no. What am I? Sorry.
Blizzard makes baby gear.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Of course they do. They're Blizzard.
Yeah.
Why not one phone pocket on each side? We actually like the symmetrical or the asymmetrical look. I'm sorry. It was a style decision. I'm sorry. I'm not exactly a style expert.
Probably
but
costs more money.
I liked it. Not much. It's a style decision.
Okay.
Oh, Reggie says, just wanted to give some support for getting the Epic news in there. Yeah, it's a big deal. Joggers are running shoes. Do shorts instead. No, joggers are pants, but depends where you're from. You might be from like the UK or something. Oh, you're from Australia. Okay, well that explains the lingo difference. Okay.
Macca's.
I think that's all we have time for today. Oh, okay. Nicholas says, I carry 2 replacement batteries to swap on business trips. Right, but you are an edge case. And you know you're an edge case. So cut it out. All right. So that's it for the WAN show this week. See you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel, except not. I'm out next week. I'm on vacation.
It's the same time on the same channel anyways.
I'm on vacay, but I'm not going to see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel. But he will.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not on vacation.
I don't know who's going to be there with me, but someone.
Someone will.
Probably not physically.
Bye!
Bye!
That was a good show today.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Yeah.
Oh, lordy, did we not update the float plane title either? Dang it, Luke. Oh, yeah, no, you got that one. But
Twitch
Twitch,
isn't.
Twitch, no. Okay. Brought to you by Squishback! Squish wallet. Honey. Honey.